Hi, Kenny Long here, and I want to talk to you about rain gutters. With the recent heavy rains in South Texas, many of us have come to realize that the rain gutters on our homes either don't work or simply just don't exist, destroying flower beds and just creating a mess. Let me tell you about Curtis McCluskey with Advanced Rain Control. He is your go-to guy for seamless gutters, cleanouts, and repairs. Serving San Antonio and the surrounding areas with over 25 years experience, Curtis will get you a quality rain control gutter system on your home at a quality price. Contact Curtis at 210-863-9881 for your free quote today. That's 210-863-9881. Don't get caught in the rain without a quality gutter system on your home. From Advanced Rain Control, call Curtis today at 210-863-9881 and tell him Kenny Long sent you.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's Scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's Scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick's.
You're listening to Taifa Radio on the Taifa Sports Network. Time for the best youth sports radio show. You're listening to The Zone. Here's your host of the show, Kenny Long.
And a great Wednesday evening to everyone. Welcome to The Zone here on Taifa Radio. Wednesday nights, every Wednesday, starting at 8 p.m. right here on Taifa Radio as we wrap up the 2017 spring season. We have crowned our spring champions. It was not, as some would predict, it was not a Houston sweep, although they did get 3 of the 5. 3 of the 5 championships went to the Houston chapter, 1 to San Antonio, and 1 to the RGV. A great weekend. Fantastic weekend of football. If you were out there, I'm sure you enjoyed yourself, enjoyed some of the games. There were some great football games that went on this weekend down in McAllen at the McAllen Sports Park. And let's get some things off our chest here. Saw a lot of Facebook chatter going on. A lot of chatter about the heat. And yes, it was hot. I think at one point during the day, I think Saturday was the worst day. I think at one point we got to like 101 degrees. And it was feeling like 117, 118 degrees. It was just smoking hot. Now, I saw some posts that were kind of derogatory in nature. They were pointing fingers. Look, everybody, you knew where we were going. You knew where we were going. It's McAllen, Texas. It's hot. It's always hot. It gets hot very earlier than everybody else. Now, mind you, in contrast, as hot as it was in McAllen, let me tell you, people in Houston, even my wife was texting me up here in Brenham. It was just as hot. It was smoking hot no matter where you went. Now, it was a little bit more down in McAllen than it was up in Houston, Brenham, San Antonio, Austin. But nonetheless, it was hot. And we kept warning you about it. We warned you about the heat. So when I see these people that are going on social media and blaming Taifa, I mean, they blamed the league because it was hot. So I guess Brian Morgan dialed up the man upstairs and said, hey, do me a favor this weekend. Why don't you crank it up about 10 notches? We talked about it for weeks, folks. As soon as we announced that we were going to the Valley, that the Spring Bowl was going to be back in McAllen, we started talking about the heat then. We kept warning you. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Make sure these kids are hydrated. Make sure you're circulating these kids on and off the field. Give them those breaks that they needed. Bottom line is, we live in South Texas. We live in Texas. I don't think there's an area of Texas that doesn't get hot. One person right now on the Facebook Live says adults passed out more than the kids. Too much alcohol consumption. Yeah, we know that was going on as well. Coach Lloyd, I see you. Thanks for joining us. So, I mean, when I see all these people that are pointing fingers at Taifa because, we need to do a better job. Taifa needs to do a better job. Well, let's see. They did provide blowers. There was plenty of water. I mean, it's not like it wasn't there. There was ice. There were things that were done. At the same time, hey, we need to be responsible as well. Now, yeah, there were quite a few that did drop out because of the heat. And you have to almost expect that at times, but you have to prepare. We even talked about it that Wednesday prior to going down. Start hydrating now. We said it. Start hydrating now. Make sure there's plenty of water. Throw some Gatorade in there. Don't just stick with Gatorade. You need to add the water in there as well. So for all you naysayers that right away started popping off on social media about the league needs to do a better job. Well, the league did do a better job. You got to prepare yourself as well. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. So here's what we're going to do tonight. I'm putting it in the Taifa Radio chat box right now. Just put it in there. 773-231-9226. That's 773-231-9226. That's the number to call. You got to enter meeting ID 148-321-9512. Open phone line Wednesday. That's what we're doing here today. Open phone line Wednesday. I want to hear your thoughts, how the Spring Bowl was. If you were down in McAllen and enjoyed the festivities or whatever you want to say, give us a call, that number, 773-231-9226. You're going to enter meeting ID 148-321-9512. Now I'm going to put it in the chat box in the Taifa Radio Facebook Live video right now. For all you keyboard warriors. So a lot of great football games that went on at the Spring Bowl. I mean, some of the preliminary games were on point. Some of the second round games were just kicking. Championship games, there were some great games. There were some that weren't so great. Kind of one-sided. But you got to expect that. Particularly, you look at the midget division. I picked them to win the whole thing. I went out on a limb. You guys asked me to do it. I went on a limb, and I picked the Hager Marlins, Southwest Houston Junior Marlins, to win the whole thing in the rookie division. And that was exactly what happened. Flag division, the Lone Star Rebels showing their prowess as they defeated the Texas Giants. Texas Giants new to Taifa. We'll be talking to them later on here as we go into the fall season. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. The Marlins just taking care of business. Southwest Houston Junior Marlins taking care of business of midgets. Juniors, the Houston Seahawks. No problems there. In the seniors, the Harlingen Cardinals. I picked them to win it all. And I wasn't even prepared. I didn't even know. Jeremy Duran playing on that team. Calling the signals from behind center. Led that team to a spring championship. And then right after that, his father posted that he is done. As he is now a YU Yellow Jacket. His days at Taifa are over. That is one young man that I have enjoyed watching play each and every season. Any chance I get a chance to see him play, I'm there. But I got to tell you, the best championship game of the day, as all those four other games, those four other championships, and congratulations to everybody who played, but the congratulations to those champions, the Lone Star Rebels, the Southwest Houston Junior Marlins, Houston Seahawks, and the Harlingen Cardinals. But I'll tell you what, that rookie game between the Katy Texans and the Cypress Tigers, Houston v. Houston, and it was a barn burner. Went to 2 overtimes in a championship game. And as much fun and as much I poke at Abiel Rojas, which, by the way, we called off the APB and the welfare check, as he has been located. We found him in McAllen. I think he was hiding there the whole time, getting himself acclimated to the heat. Let me tell you, that football game, if you missed it, we covered about as much as I could on that game. We definitely were there for the end of the fourth quarter and through both overtimes. Once it went to overtime, but we stuck there. And as much fun that I poke on Abiel Rojas, one of the things that I told him was he's gotten there. He's gotten there, and he's just quite not gotten over the hump. He did get one with one of his groups, but this was a big one. This was a big one for him. It was a big one for the kids. And it was very back and forth. It was very, very questionable. But the Katy Texans pull it out in double overtime. And I'm telling you, that was a celebration of all celebrations. Fans went nuts in the stands. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. It was just a fantastic football game that occurred between those two teams. And my hat's off to the Cypress Tigers. Tommy Villanueva, Ike, Ron, all the coaches for the Cypress Tigers. They really put it on. I mean, these young men out on this football field gave everything they had. And in the heat. And in the heat.